All right, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back for another video. I know I haven't uploaded in almost a month, but I kind of pushed YouTube to the side to work on my Twitch, and I haven't been on that lately. I haven't streamed probably like almost 2 weeks, but we're gonna try to do another reaction because I kind of fell off doing reactions. Like, it's like I want to do something different. I still want to be doing basketball, but I want to do something a little different. I can't get on the court because of my back, but we'll talk about that later. We're gonna get right to this video right here. I seen this and I said I got to react to this. I never seen it, but I know that new school players are hating on old school players because they always got stuff to say. They trying to compare both eras and stuff, different eras and stuff like that. But we're gonna get into the video. Enough talking. We're gonna get. See, I haven't recorded so long. I gotta make sure my headphones are clean. But anyway, let's get right to the video, man. Let's go.
We can say your generation was soft too compared to the generation before them, the generation before them.
Let's get into it.
Hello and good day, everyone. Welcome back to the
What
Basketball
up, Sean David?
Machine. My name, of course, is Sean David.
Yep.
And I welcome you to your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball.
Yeah.
Now, in today's episode, I want to take a look at, something that has happened recently and basically for the past couple of months, even years. New school players hating on old school players. So we're going to take a look at some of those clips and old school players replying and responding to that. But before we get into that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. If you enjoy the video, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy the content.
Let's get into it, man. Let's go.
So the first three clips, or the first three players that I want to take a look at, are new school players. It is going to be Ja Morant, JJ Redick, and Gilbert Arenas, who are considered
I want to do a video on Ja Morant because of the recent things he has been doing and has been circulating throughout the internet and stuff. We'll get into that later.
He's more new school than old school. And let's hear what they have to say about old school players.
Oh, no, he's not. Played his point guard. He's not Bob Cousy. He's not Bob Cousy.
Bob Cousy couldn't dribble with his left hand.
Bob Cousy changed the game. Chris Paul didn't change the game.
Bob Cousy won championships when there were 8 teams in the NBA and you had to win 2 playoff series. Did Bob Cousy ever shoot over 40% from the field in his career?
We understand that.
Did he overshoot? Did he ever shoot over 40%?
He also had 29 assists in an NBA game.
Oh, well, you know, he was being guarded by plumbers and firemen.
You know, when people talk about who was better, the 92 team or the this and this team, and then you always say, what rules? what rules? What rules are we playing under? Are we playing under, rock'em sock'em robot style rules? And you know what I mean? If so, you're gonna have to really let this group adjust to, prison basketball. If you're trying to play this style, then this new style, then these 92 guys, they can't keep up because they don't have the equipment. They don't have the tools. They don't have the skill set to compete with these crossovers and step backs, and they don't have, so it's really a pointless argument. And that's why when back in the day when I was like, Dennis Rodman, they would have killed a 6'7", 210 pound guy wouldn't be stopping LeBron James. Let it go. You wouldn't. He's a point guard. You were great at defending people who's back to the basket. He's going downhill. There's your strength, your brute strength has no bearing on downhill guards.
I heard he was like just how he, go about the game, just that mindset he had. I would like to, play against him. So.
Yeah. This time you're not saying, I would have cooked
I would have cooked him too.
You would have cooked Michael Jordan?
Man, nobody got more confidence than 12.
James Naismith invented the game. You were rewarded for putting the ball in the...
Y'all think about that? Y'all think Ja Morant could cook Jordan in his prime? I don't know.
Basket. There's plenty of people that have shot more, made more, and guess what? Made more at a higher percentage than Larry Bird from 3. I'm not saying Larry Bird is not one of the greatest shooters ever. He's not one of the greatest three-point shooters ever.
Yes, he
you
is.
cannot make that argument.
Yes, he
I'm
is.
sorry.
Because the 80s is so much different. There's physicality, the way
look
they
at JJ.
told people, you couldn't.
Can we get off
Doggy,
this
I've been trying to make a
physicality thing?
point.
Seriously, can
I've
we
been
get
trying
off
to make
this
a point for you,
physicality thing?
Doggy.
Come on, man.
I've been trying to make a
What's the matter
hold on,
with
guys.
physicality, Jay? I mean,
Hey,
you don't think
guys.
that counts?
You know what?
Hello?
You and I are going to sit down. You and I are going to sit down. We're
What?
going to sit
Y'all
there
need
and
to
we're going to
calm
watch
down.
finals games from the 1980s.
But, Jay, here's the difference.
I'm going to show you
I saw
what
the games,
physical
and I
basketball
was
is
at the games.
versus
You were
physical
not.
fouling.
You watching them on YouTube. I saw the games. I watched the games at the
my
time.
gosh.
I watched all these games. You didn't watch. You weren't alive when these games were being played.
So you watch my
Did you see
YouTube.
Bird play against the Lakers in '84? Did you see Bird against the Rockets in '86? Were you at courtside watching these games?
No.
You got to watch the games at the time. Watching them on YouTube 40 years later is not the same at the moment.
So
watching a
let me
ball
ask you a
games.
question then. When I watch, let's
Take
take
a
Steph
Stephen A.
Curry, for
Smith.
example.
Right.
When I watch Steph Curry
Oh boy.
off the ball in a playoff game,
Oh, he's great. I
getting
know that.
grabbed and held by Marcus Smart, they're attached to him at all times.
Right.
Then when I watch Larry Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap.
Like when the 90s talking about, oh yeah, y'all.
That makes a lot of sense because, you know, like you're trying to explain, you know, Steph Curry come off screens, but somebody still attached to him, holding him, fouling him, grabbing him, and all that stuff. Versus back then, Larry Bird come off screen, nobody's on him, he's wide open. So of course, it's gonna be an easier shot to make. But
all soft, you know, we would have put y'all on your ass.
Yeah.
You're a little kid. Like we gain weight when we get older. These are 60, 70 years old, 185 pounds still. Like, come on, shut up. 185, get the out of here. Like I was afraid of you my rookie year. I don't know why. Like you're little, like John Stockton. You guys are little.
Right.
Like you guys like you guys are deep. These are defensive guys. Like it became a joke. Like it's like put the 2 guard on me, man. These point guards are just too little, and that's what people don't understand. Like evolution, like these guys are just too little. Like you're not gonna hurt us.
So now that we heard the opinions of the new school players,
Oh,
let's hear what
man.
some of the greatest legends of all time have to say about that. And at the end of the video, I will give you my perspective and my opinion on that. Let's take a look.
Speaking of the physicality, there was a debate on ESPN with a former player in J.J. Redick just recently, and they were debating Bird and Curry. And one of the things they said is that Redick said is that Curry has faced more physicality. We called him out on
Let me say something.
Uh-oh.
First of all, Redick don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm
Oh,
gonna say it.
shit.
He don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm like, what basketball was you watching? To say something as idiotic as that is ridiculous. The physicality that was a part of the league. Hey, look, when you can put your hand on a guy's hip and make him go a certain way, if you can put that elbow in his chest to slow him up, which we call slowing a guy up when you coming down the lane, so how many guys can deal with that type of pressure? And for J.J. Redick, who played this game, I'm very disappointed that he has said something so stupid.
J.J.
Damn.
Redick, current player who just recently retired, said that Bob Cousy played against firemen and plumbers, and Bob came on and wasn't too pleased. And you know, you played in that era, and those guys set the table for us to be where we are today. And I was just interested in your thoughts on comments like that,
Oh, shit.
your generation and the generations that paved the way.
Well, obviously the game is completely different. The
Yeah.
athletes are completely different.
Yeah.
And I know JJ just a little bit. He's a very smart kid and everything. But tell me what his career looked like.
Oh. That's kind of a low blow right there. Even though JJ was a great player, he was a good player, but man, that's a.
What did he do that determined games?
Well, you know what I'm going to say. This J.J. Redick, this kid here who's a journeyman. He was a poor man, Danny Ainge. In today's NBA, I don't know what game he's looking at. You can't touch the guy. Anytime you touch anybody, a three-point shooter, come close to them when they're landing, it's a foul. I lived that 80s era, and Larry Bird was one of the greatest three-point shooters that's ever played this game.
This is the thing I'm having a problem with. Bird, who's a big guy, who got bumped all the time. You know, we played around the basket more than guards played around the basket. So I don't understand the logic for him saying that. When clearly those big guys, even to the big guys today, they get touched a little bit more than little guys because they're around the basket. So it just don't make sense when – this is the thing I hate the most. We had our time. It was a great time. It's their time now.
Yes.
But don't crap on us to prove your point. because it doesn't make sense and it's not valid.
Yeah.
But the same thing, they look at Sam and myself. Oh, the old guys hating.
No,
hating on what? I don't hate on these guys.
You're responding right now.
Yeah.
You're not.
I don't hate on
you're
these guys. These
responding.
guys are great. I just don't like the disrespect.
Yeah.
And to say that about Larry Bird, it was less physical. Is he stupid?
Back MVP.
It's just a stupid comment to make. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with Steph Curry or Larry.
Yeah.
It's the content.
Exactly. We just broke down the end result.
It doesn't make sense. And he should know better than that.
Yeah.
And I don't care what he feel about me, what his response might be. But when I hear that, and I'm like, you really don't know, do you? It's just stupid.
You know, to me, being an old school fan, but also somebody who watches today's NBA every now and then, it's mind-boggling that these new school players even have the courage to say something like that. To me, there's one major difference when it comes to old school players talking about new school players and vice versa. The old school players basically see today's players, so they can see not only highlights but current games, so they have a better perspective in comparison to the new school players who mostly only go by highlights. And I said it in the video in the past already, to me there's one major reason why I believe that the NBA back in the days was much better than today's NBA. We had transitional players, so players who played in the old school era and the new school era. I'm talking about guys like Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, and Dirk Nowitzki. Even Dirk Nowitzki, who was in his 40s or 40 years old, who could hardly move, still was able to average like 10 points per game in today's NBA. That just shows me that today's NBA quality-wise has to be worse, the NBA from back in the days. It just makes sense. Even Kobe Bryant, who was basically playing on one leg, was still able to put up 60 points in today's NBA. Tim Duncan, who could hardly move anymore, was still averaging double digits. So we had those players. Vince Carter, another example. So we had those players who played in both eras and who still were productive in today's NBA. That to me is just evidence. Anyway, let me hear what you guys have to say in the comments below, and I hope you enjoy.
Man, see, I kind of hate debates like this because new school players, of course, they're gonna root for themselves, and the old school players gonna root for themselves as well. But you gotta look at it though. You gotta know that, understand about the different eras in basketball, like skill wise, the way the rules and stuff, the sizes of the players and stuff is different. You got point guards back then that was like, 6 foot and under and stuff like that. Now you got point guards that 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and taller. It's just the way the game has changed, man. And it's hard to say, which era was soft, which era was the best. It just that each era was different, and it's gonna keep changing every year. Like not every year, but like every decade or so. It's gonna be different every time. The game is still evolving. You got players coming to the league that's like different. I'm talking like different. Like they said, LeBron was different. KD is different. Giannis is different. Jokic. Then you got players coming into the league, coming up. Victor Wembanyama, he's different. So it's a lot of different aspects of this where, the eras are different and stuff, but was the younger players or younger fans disrespecting the old players? In a way, yeah, but they just so stuck in their ways, they so stuck in watching new age basketball that they don't fully understand old school basketball. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man, and we'll discuss more about it. We might try to do another video on this. But yeah, I'm gonna try to start doing different videos other than reactions, but strictly on basketball. I'm staying on basketball. I'm not gonna keep going to this and that, different stuff, whatever like that. I'm trying to keep it with basketball because that's my passion. That's what I love to watch. That's what I love to do. That's what I love to be around. So we're gonna do that. So till next time, it's your boy King Smooth. Let me know what I can react to next. If you got any other players, teams, any kind of news or rumors, something like that, I can react to it or I can talk about it. Yeah, till next time, it's your boy. I'm gone. I'm out. Peace.